Okay, so with what we created yesterday for pulling a list of customers out of the customer table in the Northwind database, most everybody yesterday noticed we've got some funky characters on here, right? We've got the little black squares with the question marks in it. That's because some of these customer names are using special European language characters. And those special European language characters, E's with accent marks, the funky O's, things like that, those characters are able to be stored in the database. But, all right, so by default, these special characters, HTML doesn't know how to display those special characters. So if we go back to Dreamweaver, in your server behaviors panel, we have the 5 dynamic text items that we created for pulling those fields onto our web page. So go ahead and double click on one of those dynamic text items, and it'll bring up the dynamic text dialog box. And then if you click on one of the names, like for instance this one that I'm on is the customer ID field, down here under format, previously we took the default value of none. Now we want to choose the value that says encode HTML encode. And if you notice in the code box below, it's put a function in front of the name of the field, HTML entities. So what that's going to do is if we have any special characters in that data, it's going to convert those special characters to the HTML entity code that's needed to get that special character to display on the screen. So go ahead and click OK on that, and then make that same change on the other 4 dynamic text fields. So bring each one up and change the format to HTML encode. Now if we save that page, change over to the browser window and refresh, you should see that all of those black squares with the question mark inside are gone, and now they're replaced by the European language characters that have the accent marks or the O's with the little dots on top. All of those different characters, they're now correctly encoded to display on an HTML page.